Sega.
Take off at the speed of sound. Bright lights, colors all around. I'm running wild, living fast and free. Got no regrets inside of me. Not looking back, not giving up, not letting go. I'll keep on running. I'm gonna reach for the stars, although they look pretty far. I'm gonna find my own way and take a chance on today. The sky was stars so bright, the colors feel so right. I've never felt like this. I'll keep on running. The sky was stars so bright, the colors feel so right. Just take my hand, we're gonna reach for the stars tonight.
Welcome to Sonic Colors, a game that was released for the Nintendo Wii on November 2010. I know that's not a date, but I messed that up a little bit, so my apologies. That's the first mess up of this Let's Play. It's not going to be the last, I'm sorry to say that, but anyway. I actually got to this game a lot sooner than I thought I would. The reason for that being is there are two versions of this game. I cannot record the other version of this game. It is on the Nintendo DS, and I am not spending $500+ on a capture card. No thank you. I was planning to get to the DS version eventually, at some point, whenever I do get a capture card, but today is not that day, I don't have it, and the reason I do actually want to play these games alongside each other, or I did, until a few things happened with my plans, is the games are radically different, so that's pretty neat. So if you want to play a game that's more like Sonic Rush, but with a few modern Sonic boost element type things, then check out Sonic Colors for the DS. I think it's worth your time. I've actually played it recently, maybe a few months ago, and I really loved it. But anyway, Sonic Colors for the Wii is probably one of the most controversial Sonic games ever. And the reason for that is there's a lot of people that love this game. I love this game, but there's also a lot of people that hate this game. I personally know people that hate this game. So that's a thing. I personally want to talk about what I love about this game and what I feel it does right, though I do think a lot of the people that hate this game, they have a few good points. And I will talk about those as they come, but I think even with the shortcomings that this game has, I think it's still fantastic, and I think it's a lot of fun to go through. I'm going to start a new game. I actually did a recording where I clicked continue twice somehow. I don't know. Navigator. If you listen for a second, Tails will pretty much explain what a navigator is.
Hello, Sonic. Do you read me? I'll be your navigator.
I don't need Tails to be my navigator. Essentially, what happens is weird little question mark type things. They're shaped very oddly. I don't know what to call them. But essentially, they're hint bubbles, and they tell you how to control the game. I've been playing this game since childhood. I don't need that. Also, I should probably state, again, I've been playing this game since childhood, but I won't let nostalgia completely cloud my vision. I will talk about negatives as they come, as I've already said. That's not important. I'm not going to hold you from the gameplay any longer. If this was back in 2010 when the game actually came out, I would have made a joke about how, oh man, there's no cutscene in the beginning of the game, or something like that. Apparently that was a bad thing, having cutscenes in the beginning of a game, I guess, to talk about the plot. I don't know why people were so mad about that. I don't know if they were mad, they were just kind of like, oh wow, I have to go through a 10-minute cutscene to actually get to the gameplay of the game. That's great. I can kind of understand that with Sonic Unleashed, because like, if you're playing through the game again, it's kind of annoying to sit through that cutscene every single time. But anyway, speaking of cutscenes, that cinematic you saw in the beginning was fantastic, first of all. The animation was so good and everything was so clean. That's something Sega always gets right is the animation. I shouldn't say that. In-game animation doesn't necessarily work the best all the time, but when it comes to actual cinematic stuff, it's fantastic. Sonic Unleashed is fantastic. Even Sonic 06, cinematically, is pretty dang good in a lot of its CGI cutscenes, at least in my opinion. I could be completely wrong there, but whatever. Also in the cinematic, there was a song playing called Reach for the Stars by Cash Cash. First of all, whoever named your band, or it's just a person, I'm not going to say band, because it's literally one guy with a synthetic, I don't know, he has some type of keyboard. Anyway, you named yourself Cash Cash, and I'm sorry for you, because that's a name you're going to have to live with for a long time, and professionally, I think that's a terrible name. Crush 40 is a better name than that. Dear God. Anyway, you probably noticed there's a lot of auto-tune, and yeah, I don't like auto-tune, I'm not a fan, but I know a lot of people that love the soundtrack in this game. I honestly love the soundtrack in this game too, but when it comes to the vocal tracks, I am kind of let down by the egregious amounts of auto-tune by Cash Cash, because that man probably can't sing in real life. That being said, Crush 40, whatever the singer dude's name is, yeah, he can't sing either. He sang live, and everyone was like, oh god. But whatever. Apparently, everyone uses auto-tune now, which I think is pretty sad. I think you should actually have talent, but whatever. I'm not even talking about Sonic Colors anymore. I should probably get into the actual gameplay itself. If you have ever played a Boost Sonic game, you will feel right at home here. The Boost Sonic games, in 3D at least, started with Sonic Unleashed. Right now, you'll notice that there's actually a lot of 2D going on. That's a complaint a lot of people have with this game. There's not enough 3D, and it's supposed to be a 3D Sonic game. And that's something I can't understand, but even with the 2D gameplay, I really enjoy this game. It's just fun overall. The 2D sections are pretty well built, and I think the level design is great for Sonic's moveset. But anyway, talking about Sonic's moveset, something is completely new to Sonic in this game. Back in Unleashed, Sonic had an air dash. By the way, I just jumped over those boost panels right there, and that was kind of sad. I started going slow, and I'm not a fan of going slow in a Sonic game. But anyway, in Sonic Unleashed, he had kind of an air dash after trying to do a homing attack a second time without having a reticle on an enemy. In this game, Sonic actually has a double jump, and that returns later on in games like Sonic Lost World and Sonic, I was trying to think of the name, Sonic Forces. A lot of people don't like the double jump, but I personally love it. I think it's great for just correcting your jumps in general if you do something bad. Also, you might notice I'm getting B's and D's right now, and I just bragged about how good I was at the game, or I talked about playing it since childhood, so I should be good at this game by default, right? Well, yeah, but here's the problem. Ranks are actually determined by score and time, so my score wasn't good enough, and to get a good score, you have to use Wisps, and I haven't unlocked a lot of Wisps yet. In fact, I haven't unlocked any Wisps yet, so I can't get S ranks currently, and I'm not going to go back and get S ranks, so this is not a complete S rank run. My apologies.
Welcome to Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park, where you can enjoy 5 planets for the price of 1.
He loves to hear his own lips flap, but I gotta hand it to the Eggster. This place is epic. Everyone and their brother is gonna want to come here.
No doubt, but now I'm not sure why we're here. This place looks totally harmless.
Because Eggman plus secretly built amusement park equals evil plot for us to foil. Lucky for us, he's not very good at keeping things hidden.
True, it would be pretty hard to miss a giant floating space amusement park surrounded by planets. Still, an evil plot? I don't know.
Wow! Plot or not, you can't be mad at this view. This place has taken beauty to the next level. I'm just surprised that it was so easy to sneak in here.
I wouldn't say it was that easy.
Hello, happy people. Buckle up as Eggman's ultra-accelerating space elevator whisks you to an interplanetary wonderland of fun.
I can't believe somebody was dumb enough to leave the keys in this thing. It's like Eggman's begging us to sneak in and trash the place.
Oh man, this thing's got crazy fast acceleration.
You call this fast?
This amusement park has been constructed entirely out of a sense of remorse for my past transgressions, and is in no way associated with any sort of evil plot or premeditated misdeeds.
Well, that's a relief.
Just thinking about it makes my head feel like it wants to. Huh?
Your voice chip is stuck on cowboy again. Stop talking and net those aliens.
Come on here, you little varmints. Come back here. I'm gonna get you. Come here.
I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm sure of what I'm gonna do.
Huh?
Hey, what's going on? Huh? Whoa!
This game was the first to introduce a few new voice actors. For example, Roger Craig Smith and, whoever voices Tails, but I know who voices Sonic, so that's all that matters. Also Mike Pollock, so, you know, 2 people, I guess. Anyway, right here is when you make your save slot. It automatically puts in a random character from the Sonic series as your name, and I'm fine with Cubot, because that's actually a really interesting thing. That actually worked out very well, because Cubot was actually introduced in this game, and I think Cubot and Orbot work very well together in the right circumstances. Now, sometimes they can be kind of boring, if not given enough dialogue, but I think in this game they work well as comic relief. Obviously, this game's pretty childish, but that's just the way it works. I'm gonna be Eggman, because Eggman's a pretty neat guy. So right here, this is our world map. Currently, everything is locked other than right here, Tropical Resort. By the way, if you didn't notice, the music in Tropical Resort is fantastic. Also, it's probably a good idea to talk about this now. Red rings. I've been collecting them. They are integral to getting 100% in this game, not because they're random collectibles that do nothing. If you want to unlock Super Sonic and all the Chaos Emeralds, you need, and I mean need, all these red rings, because the red rings actually unlock stages, or special stages is a better way of saying that. This is a very Mario-esque map, and I actually don't mind. It makes it pretty easy to get from level to level, but some of it's nonsensical, to be honest. This right here is Quip stepping. Wow. Quick stepping. Modern Sonic has a lot of weird things in his arsenal. First of all, there's the boost, which is built up by these things called wisps. We saw them in the last cutscene. And we're seeing one right here, right now. This is laser. If you shake your Wiimote and press the A button, you will go skyrocketing across, well, wherever you're gonna go, depending on where you angle your laser wisp. What I've been picking up are these things called white wisps. They really have a pretty boring name, to be honest. But they essentially allow you to boost. You don't actually find a lot of enemies that hold, my lord. You really don't find a lot of enemies that hold white wisps, or a lot of capsules that hold white wisps. So, you want to be pretty dang careful with how you use your white wisps and your boost. I actually love that about this game. Hello? Okay, well that's fine. I was trying to use that a bit sooner, but whatever. I actually really like how you're you have to monitor how much you use your boost, because if you use your boost too much, and you boost through the level too much, first of all, with the level design, it won't work out very well. Second of all, you don't have that much boost to begin with, so if you want to actually use your boost, you have to be very, very careful with your usage of it. So that's pretty neat. Something that a lot of people hate about the wisps are, they are reoccurring. They are not just a one-and-done gimmick, which I think they should have been, because right now they're kind of hated within the Sonic franchise. Every single game past this point, I shouldn't say every single, a lot of games past this point have tried to integrate the wisp, such as Sonic Forces, which I think it did it better than the first game that tried to do it, which was Sonic Lost World. Just stop. The wisps, they're a neat power-up, I guess, but they're a one-and-done type thing, and I really never want to see them again past this point, past Sonic Forces, that is, unless they can be used interestingly, which I just don't think they have since Sonic Colors. Honestly, Sonic Colors does a nice job of using them, and if you want to get an S rank, you have to use them, so if you want to be good at the game, I guess you're kind of forced to use them, which sounds bad, but really it's not that bad. Activating them's pretty easy and pretty fun, just shake the Wiimote. I used to have problems with that as a kid. I guess I just didn't shake it hard enough. I don't know. Though this game does actually have GameCube controller support. Currently I'm playing with the Wii U and Nunchuck, my favorite combination. But you can play with the GameCube controller if you want, and a lot of people prefer playing it that way. So if you want to play that way, play that way. I'm not stopping you. Just because I love the Wiimote and Nunchuck, I don't know. I actually probably would play with the GameCube controller if not for me playing this on the Wii U, so, ugh. So, now that I have played as the Laser Wisp, I guess the Laser Wisps escaped, and now I can play them in any level. Those transparent capsules you have been seeing that I've been seeing as I just blaze through the levels, those are Wisp capsules that I have yet to unlock. There was a yellow one, there was a pink one, so we'll get to those later, but it has been 15 minutes, so thank you for watching this episode of Sonic Colors. Next episode, I will move on and complete Tropical Resort. Honestly, this next half of Tropical Resort will bring up a negative of the game that a lot of people have, and next episode I will kind of go into depth about how I feel about that, but let's save that till next time. See you then.